Good morning, Friday Frenzy. We are going to welcome the buyer's market. What does it mean to buyers, to sellers? Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
I stand corrected. We talk about whatever, according to Lisa Novak.
It's Friday Frenzy. We just talk about the week.
Just stuff.
Yeah, we just talk about stuff. Let's
What's on the windscreen?
What's that, a
It's an
grasshopper?
animal, yeah.
Last night though, we had a great meal. So young Billy, my assistant, wanted to take us out for dinner. So
Yep.
he took a few of us out. He took
Got
Mr.
a photo?
Mr. Novak, and he took out Cleo, who he used to work with, and Branka, our head of property management, and Mr. Selic, who I work with. And we went down to the Harboard Hotel. Oh my God.
That's got to be one of the best places in
What a
Sydney.
meal, guys. We had these massive, big shared plates. And usually you think shared plates, it's going to be small food like
Yeah.
tapas. And
Those happy people. Look at those happy faces. Look at them all. Look at them all.
so we went down there and we had this massive lamb shoulder and this massive T-bone steak and cream corn and sweet potato. Anyway, it was absolutely delicious.
Really good.
I highly recommend
Get
it,
down there.
wasn't it?
Yep.
It was incredible.
Moore Road, Freshwater,
Beautiful
one of the best
spot.
places in Sydney.
Yeah.
to eat.
Day,
How did
night,
Billy-
doesn't matter. But Billy, like 19 years of age, and he's like, hey, I want to take all you guys out to dinner just to say thank you. He used to work in property management. So he took us all out for dinner last night. God, we did not stop laughing, didn't we?
Oh,
We honestly didn't stop laughing. We had an absolute ball. But guys, whether you're local or not, that is a wonderful, wonderful place to go. The Harboard Hotel, look it up. They've just redone it, and the food was sensational. Cannot rate it highly enough. It was amazing.
affectionately
Yep.
known as the Harbour Hilton.
Yeah, it used to be called the Harboard Hilton.
Yep.
Beautiful spot too. It's right next to Pillow, isn't it?
Yep.
There in Freshwater,
Yep.
which is Fancy Pants Restaurant in Freshie.
Yep.
Beautiful
Highly
restaurant as well.
acclaimed.
Yeah. So get down there, guys.
Do you know what was interesting? I was talking to a guy that runs a really nice restaurant, Italian restaurant, and he was saying that Vivid takes it out of the regions a little bit when it's on for that 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
These different areas of Sydney, it sucks out those restaurants sucks
Does it into the city?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's all strategically planned, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
to
think
get people back
it's a
into
nice
the
time
city.
to give those. I'm a bit counterintuitive that way. It's a nice time to actually go to those restaurants
Yeah.
and give them support.
It's funny. Someone was saying to me the other day, why do they do Vivid in winter? Because it's freezing cold. You see people so rugged up.
Yeah,
Why don't they do it in summer?
clever.
It's funny because they obviously
Very
want to draw
clever.
people into the CBD when
Yeah.
it's freezing cold.
Very clever.
And every single restaurant is packed, isn't it?
And it works.
It's unbelievable.
It
It does.
really
It
works.
does work. So we want to talk about the big word of this week, which has been interest rates. But I think rather than just honing in on interest rates, because like anything else that we just continue to hear about in the news, and you start going, oh God, not again.
Yep.
Um,
The effects, how it affects buyers, how
So
it
it happened
affects
on
sellers, how it
Tuesday.
affects real estate agents.
yeah. But it happened on Tuesday, the interest rate rise,
That was a little
0.5.
serious look you just gave me.
I'm in thinking mode. And I was interested to see how Wednesday was going to pan out, Mark, with open homes. I was like, is this going to have an effect on our open numbers on Wednesday? And it didn't. Not only did it not, but I did not have one single buyer at those opens talk about the interest rate rise. I was floored. I was floored. What do you reckon?
I got the shits about it.
Why?
I just think people are ungrateful.
Okay.
I think people have got to realise that they can't just take with both hands. And I think
Yeah.
it's a time for us to rebuild our economy. We've been rewarded with amazing capital growth if you are a property owner. I think there's 3 million tenants in Australia, and I think the balance are property owners. They've made a lot of money in the last 10 years, an enormous scoop. And it's just time to pull back in a little bit. And yes, it's going to be harder. But in ways, even last night we were talking with clients, I think in ways it's going to help building because it's going to actually move people to making essential only decisions. Whereas they weren't doing that the last 2 years. People were a bit silly.
Yeah.
So I think there are, essential only decisions are, do I really need to build that? Do I really need to buy that? Do I really need to sell that? And I think it's going to actually sober everyone up a little bit to make better balanced decisions.
Yeah.
I'm a big supporter of interest rate rises, and I don't think, by talking with a lot of bankers and stuff like that, I don't think I don't think we've seen the last of it. I think the economy and the pros out there are definitely battening down for some good solid rate rises. I think it's time to tighten our belt up.
But they're still low, Mark.
Bum up.
I think that this is what people need to realise. Like, so I had an offer come in on a property yesterday, and the way the offer maker went about putting forward his offer was, well, I was going to offer X, but now I'm going to offer Y, which was lower, because of the interest rate rises. And I said, no, don't worry about that, please, because the discount for you has already been factored in.
Yep.
So we already gave that discount. The vendors already know that there's a discount that's been given over the last 8 to 10 weeks since the market really started cooling, and that's all been factored in for you. So don't worry about doing it for yourself.
Buyers deserve that. Buyers have been beaten up the last 1 or 2 years, and I think they deserve a break, and I think they've got their break. And if they don't want to lunge forward and take that opportunity, good on them. I think it's just great that it's actually a much more comfortable market to transact in, whether you're a buyer or a seller.
Goodness.
The fury's out of that market. It's back to normal.
And asking people what they're going to do with their money when they sell, because if you're buying again, God help you if you had to do that in November, December.
Yeah.
People were chasing the market upwards. It was an absolute nightmare.
Happy birthday, Courtney.
Yeah. Hey,
13.
Courtney. Happy birthday. Big 13. That's a really special birthday.
That's hitting the teens.
Hope you have an awesome day. It's a really special birthday. So have a great day. You share the same birthday as Tom Panos.
Hey.
Did you know that? It's Tom Panos' birthday today. It is. Mr. Panos' birthday, an absolute legend. This is a guy that certainly puts in more than he takes out of our industry. Happy birthday, Mr. Panos.
Where did he come from?
What do you mean?
Tom just chiseled out a beautiful name in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful career out of the industry.
Yeah, but that stuff doesn't happen overnight. He was working News Limited, and, he'd been obviously putting in the hard yards behind the scenes for years and years.
If you've never seen Tom Panos, look him up. What a good man.
Good man. Whether you're in real estate or not, I tell you, there's some good advice there.
He's had a hard job.
Yep.
He gets knocked around. He dusts himself off. He keeps punching. He's a legend.
Yeah, absolute legend.
Well done,
so happy birthday to Courtney, and happy birthday to Tom Panos as well.
Yeah.
Hope you guys have an awesome day. The other thing that I want to talk about, Mark, is yesterday I won a listing, and actually it's been a really big couple of weeks of listings.
Yeah, usually went on fire.
Yeah, it's been a really big couple of weeks of listings. But yesterday I did win a listing, and interestingly enough, I didn't win it easily. And no, I did not cut commission because I don't do that. But the vendor was having a really, really hard time choosing which agent. For them, personality was a really big thing.
Yep.
And I was up against a really nice agent, I'll be honest. And I actually said to the vendor, you're going to have a hard time because the other agent that you're looking at is a good guy. And then I spoke with him yesterday morning, and I said, I think more importantly than commission and personalities and all the other bits and pieces that agents have to offer is the strategy that the agent is using right now in this market. And it's a strategy that actually I've just implemented over the last few days. This is a really tricky market, and I'm not going to give it away, but it's a very tricky market. It's a very, very tricky market. And an agent who's just going to sit there and continue to drop the price on your property and sabotage that, and actually used a property as an example in this vendor's street with another agent, is really critical. It's really critical because it's a very, very tricky market out there at the moment.
So can you give us an example?
Of what?
What's the strategy?
No, I'm not. No, not giving it away. Sorry, we're not. But I've used it a lot over the last week. It's trialed and tested. I did not want to drop prices that were live on properties, and yeah, as I said, it's been a really tricky market, and it's changing day to day at the moment, Mark.
Yeah.
It's not even changing week to week.
There's good buyers out there.
There are.
There's good buyers out
Yeah.
there. Like I see the buy. And you know what else? I think you know how I said it's essential purchases only? What that means is an investment property is not an essential purchase. So landlords have a reluctance to enter the market at the moment.
Yeah,
And I think that's going to put a lot of pressure on rents to go up.
they are going up already.
I know, but I don't think you've even seen the pressure that it's going to be a bit of a pressure cooker. When buildings become too expensive to build, builders stop building apartments, stop building houses. The developers say it's too expensive.
Well, some building companies have gone broke.
Spoke to a mate
Which
the
then
other-
spreads
Sunday night. I
labour
spoke to
is
a mate. His house, he's building, I think, 50, 100, 200 houses.
Yeah,
And the cost of the house has gone from 650,000 to 950,000 in
Yeah.
3 months.
wow.
He just requoted. So what does he do? He doesn't build. What do the apartment guy builders do? They stop building. And then what do the investors do? They stop investing because it's not essential.
Yeah,
And then the rents go up even more. So it's actually I think if you're buying now, your yields are actually starting to look pretty good.
Well-
and they're going to look a lot better.
I agree. Those rents are definitely going up. I mean, I don't think you need a crystal ball to be able to determine that. But
And
yesterday,
if you're a landlord and you just had your interest rate go up,
well, that's what
you
I
gotta-
said yesterday, Mark. I had an offer.
you gotta put your rents up again.
I agree. And I had an offer come in on a really lovely 2-bedder in DY. And again, the lady was like, oh, I'm not going to increase because interest rate rises. And I said, I know, but the vendor isn't asking you for more money because you're going to get more rent.
Yeah.
So take that into account as well.
Yep.
It's imminent that you're going to be getting more rent for this property. Those rents are on their way up, and that should more than cover that interest rate rise for you. Because what do you reckon? Like on a standard 2-bedder in DY, let's say they're getting between 6 to 650. Where do you see those going up to over the next 6 months? Like how much movement's there?
I reckon that 650 is hitting 725.
Wow. Wow. Okay, guys, so that is more
Well,
than covering those interest rates.
Well, if you
That is more.
have a think about this, if you're an investor,
Really?
yeah, if you're an investor considering selling your investment property that you've owned for 10 or 20 years, you just sold it because it was just the greatest time to sell the investment. So a lot of people have sold out of their investments as well, simply because it was good timing to sell.
Yeah.
So that's more stock leaving the market. So there's a lot of investment stock that's left the market, a lot of investment stock that's not being replenished in the market. It's basically it's.
But houses,
happy
Mark,
days.
look at houses on the Northern Beaches and what they're renting for. We've actually got an investment property that was renting for $900 a week,
Yeah,
and now we have offers over, I think, $1,290 or something, don't we?
Yep.
Per week. I mean, that's significant. And guys, this is in what, a 6-month duration?
Yep.
Like that's not short change, or small change, I should say. It's not small change. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What's Luke got to say? Timber prices are going down in the USA 12 months before there is an impact. That's your guess? Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think what's going on in the building world is going to align itself with what's going on in the real estate world. I think it was quick to those prices to come up, and I think they're going to come off as well as we see an oversupply.
real estate's the biggest employer in the country.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it like you're going to cry?
I'm excited by it.
You don't look excited. Is that your excited face? Oh dear. Anyway, another shout out to all the birthday people today. Have an awesome day. I think Paul's daughter was watching there. Happy birthday, darling. We really hope that you have a really special day today. And
So she should be excited. Well, that is like, I think, they're just golden moments. Those teenage years, so good.
yeah, they are.
Not good for parents, but great for kids.
That's for sure. Mind you, we've got a teenager and she's really good.
Yeah,
She's going to a party tomorrow night. We might report differently next week. But she's a good girl. Our Tina, we've got 2 girls for anyone that's watching and doesn't know. We've got a 23-year-old and we have a 16-year-old. So we're in the midst of the teenage years.
I think you got your daughter's age wrong.
24, sorry. Oops, she just turned 24. 24 and
Do you
16.
feel bad when that happens?
No, she just turned 24. I'm still getting used to it.
You don't feel bad when you forget your daughter's age?
No,
I do.
I forget my
I
age.
do a little bit. But yeah, that's it.
As long as I don't forget your name.
But I do think, in conclusion, it is going to be hard in business. It's going to be hard for people with interest rates going up. I do think,
Just when people are getting back on their feet.
yeah,
You know,
when you thought, yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think we need to rebuild the economy. I do think we need to put our heads down and bumps up and just get on with
Yeah.
it. So enjoy ourselves along the way, and that's it.
all right, guys, I think that's a show. That's a wrap from us. Have an awesome day. Have a great long weekend. Hey, double demerit points as well.
They start
Another
already.
long weekend. Billy, my assistant's English, and he goes, my God, who needs like holidays? We have public holidays every weekend.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's always like that though at this time of the year.
Alright.
I'm not complaining. An extra day off. It's been really, really busy on our end. So no holiday for 3 years.
You get
I'm
to
grateful.
chill out.
Yeah.
Get to chill out.
Enjoy the long weekend, guys.
Bye,
Take
beautiful
care.
people. Thanks for watching.
Have a
See ya.
great one. Bye.